Alright, so, last time on Midnight Club 3, we officially got all of the collectibles here in Detroit. And the car I used to get all those collectibles was this, the Cadillac CN. This is very much a concept car, by the way. And what I'm going to do now is I will put on a vinyl for this thing. Because this would more or less be the sort of thing that a guy like me is technically looking for. So hopefully, if it's possible, I can make this work. I think I used that vinyl once before on the Golf. You know what? Yeah, I'll go with this one. And the style I'll go with... yeah, why not? Let's do double white. And... I think I'll put on a Cadillac decal on the front. If there's one available. We'll see what there is. You know what? Yeah, I'll just put on the CN vinyl. Okay, and on the rear, I'll go aftermarket, and I will put on... 20-inch strong. Let's go with... well, I've already used Pirelli, so I don't need to use them again. Sure, let's go NOS. And... okay. I think the only thing I can really do now is just do some changes with the rims. And see what there is. No? Let's see what we have here. So... I think the rims I'll go for... if I can find the right pair. I'll go for... let's go with... do we have any more spinner rims? Hey, we do. Let's go with... sure, let's go Revolution 4.2. As for the tyres... I want to put on another set of Goodrich tyres, but with the actual name. Or we can just do the white walls. That also works. Okay, and I think the only thing I can really do now is give this thing... I won't change the windscreen, but I will give it a neon. Sure, street glow. Okay, I think that's enough time wasted now. Let's now go out and race this Cadillac. Since I have a strong feeling this is probably going to be the last set of...
oh, you think you're a player, huh?
Since I think this is probably going to be the last set of optional races I do here in Detroit. I think I've done 10 optional races up to this point, and this one should make it 15, so by the time we're done. Hopefully, if it's possible, I have won a good car for this in the Cadillac. But nonetheless, I figured it was necessary for me to give this thing a test drive before moving on to the San Diego Dub Tournament, since I have a feeling that will no doubt be the last thing I wind up doing in terms of tournaments, and we have got some Salines in the field. So we'll see how we do. There is a lot of traffic here. I think this has basically become the story of my life now, knowing that I just have to deal with so much traffic and basically do whatever it damn well takes to just try and not wreck myself whilst I'm basically going through these wretched, traffic-strewn streets. Yeah, just to make sure I don't make the same mistake again, I'm gonna use soap. And third time's the charm, because I actually put together a run that was good. Over Ivana, Boo, Jalil, Ying, Charlie, and T-Bone.
Come on, fool! Don't be getting arrogant because you want to race now.
Yeah, I doubt those voiceover cues are gonna change anytime soon. Yeah, whatever. I don't give a shit. It's not like there's really anything for me to just make a total fuss about once I get my runs in order. And apparently I could not see where the turnoff was on that side. Yeah, whatever. I still made it to the meetup point anyway, so whatever. I don't care. We're now doing figure 8 freeway. Oh boy. Is this going to be a fest of traffic? Yep, it is going to be an infestation of traffic, literally. Is what me thinks. Unless I can somehow stay out of trouble. Yeah, I had to slow down there. Probably could have used zone there if I really wanted to, but I had to make sure my car was in check. I also know it's not possible for me to wall ride that corner without flipping the car over, since I now know that's what's happened to me a few times already. Well, at least I can say we don't have to cross over the road this time, which is one thing that I can... Well, it worked out until it suddenly didn't. And now my run is ruined. Unless I can somehow catch back up to the leader without wrecking myself. Or I could just do that. That also works. Okay, just have to make sure I don't choke for the rest of this. And maybe, if possible, I might be there. Okay. There was nothing I could have done about that fire truck. It was basically there, and there was no other way I could have got through that corner. It just wouldn't have worked. Even if I dove to the inside, I likely would not have been able to avoid it. Anyway, doesn't matter because I still win anyway. Over Bricks, Xavier, E-Dub, and there were 5 of us in this race. Yeah, there was. Ivana.
Well done!
Huh. I actually got congratulations from Vince for that one. You know what? I will take that. I will take that. This fucking pollen, man, is just around everywhere at the moment. Even after I have the hay fever tablets, it still causes my voice to crack. I honestly couldn't tell you what else it's doing to me at the moment. It honestly amazes me to say that my voice hasn't become any more croaky than what it currently seems to be. I guess it must be because we're basically well into summer now and it's early July at the time of recording this. It'll probably be July by the time this video comes out as well, is what I think. But nonetheless, I get these replays for clickbait shots because, well, that's how I excel with these things. Or at least try to excel. Also, I'm wondering if it might actually be possible for me to buy... I'm also wondering if it might actually be possible for me to... Yeah, there was nothing I could have done about those two minivans. I'm also wondering if it might be possible for me to get myself a McLaren F1 LM, since I basically have enough money to do it. I figured that might as well be one of the cars I wind up using before this is all over. I will also consider putting on a few sponsors once I'm done with the San Diego Dub Tournament. I figured that might as well be the way that I go about this. Figured I might as well get a full race replay because, well, I did get congrats from Vince, which doesn't happen very often. Anyway, 2 races down and 3 races to go, as I have now got my replay from race number 2. I also know precisely what vehicle it is I'll be using for the San Diego Dub Tournament. Yeah, fuck it. I'll just do Blaze. Blaze right now does seem to be the closest race I can head to. And let's see where it's at. Here it is. So we've done 2 races so far, and I reckon another 3 races will probably do it in terms of my grinding efforts in this thing. And once again, we are facing a pack of S7s. So, this ought to be interesting. I'm torn between over whether I should buy the... Oh, there is a shortcut there. Oh well. Figured it might as well be better to play it safe. And not gonna use the Slipstream Turbo because there's too much traffic. And already things are falling apart, which doesn't surprise me at this stage. Okay. that's why doing these speeds on these streets is terrifying. If you need any further evidence over why I think this is so fucking scary, because you basically have to be fearless and you're literally just barreling down these streets at well over 200 miles an hour. But it doesn't matter, because I come home to win first try over Weston, Jess, Ivana, Jalil. Where's everyone else? T-Bone. Weren't there 7 of us? There could have just been 6 of us. Oh, there were 7. And Ying.
You must be rolling in paper, man.
Honestly, baby, with the amount of money I currently have, I would say I probably am rolling in paper. Because the paper I have at the moment is a lot. Anyway, 3 races down, and 2 races to go. With my Cadillac CN. And my next one is over there, so it's a pretty obvious location to head to. I'm just going to do myself a favour and head straight over there. Also taking a much slower speed over the bridge, but anyway. Time now for Brickyard. I'm pretty sure this has no relation to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. They just called it Brickyard because that's essentially what this part of the city is. Anyway, and we have got, I think these are Kawasaki's. They're either Kawasaki's or they're Ducatis. They're definitely one of the two, but I couldn't tell you which because, well, I don't know shit about bikes, to put it simply. Anyway. Let's see if I can make this one look good. And immediately I make it look ungood. And using zone, I think I went a little too deep there on the corner entry there, and using zone to try and get myself out of trouble. I kind of knew the early mistake was going to be there. I think it was just a matter of when it was going to show up. And my nitrous bars have now reloaded. So I'm going to use one of those. And also using zone to get myself through the corner. Also making sure I don't run wide this time. And at the moment, I'd say we're doing okay. I just need to make sure I don't run into traffic whilst I do it. That's probably the main thing I need to focus on now. Well, staying out of the concrete this time around at least, which is one thing. Just gotta make sure I pull this off. Because it would be a beautiful run if I could pull this off. Or a mostly beautiful run anyway. Oh yeah, that is literally a figure of 8 section. That's basically a crossover point. But it doesn't matter because I win first try over Tracy, Diceman, Jalil, Weston, and Mayo.
Orale, you got game, we know that.
Oscar, you've basically known this now for a while. I'd honestly be amazed if you didn't. Anyway, I think that's now 4 races we've done up to this point, And I believe that's now 3 wins in a row I have accumulated from this in my Cadillac. Got up to a shaky start, but since then it's more or less been smooth sailing. Although I doubt that's gonna last. Yeah, might as well end this off with the rail yard circuit, which I think is right behind me. Oh. That is pure happenstance, and it is snowing. Which means track conditions will probably be slippier. But hopefully this will not give me too much of a doozy. Anyway. So we've got... Okay, so we've got 2 Lamborghinis, a McLaren F1, and a Pagani Zonda as our competition here. As I almost got run up into the wall, but luckily, however, I do manage to make sure disaster is aborted. And now I have to make sure that my run is okay, if possible. Yeah, I'm just going to use up all 4 of my nitrous shots and make sure that I get as much of a head start as I can physically get. I feel like that's probably the only thing I can really do here now because it's snowing. I was basically just meters away from winning. And then basically, right there at the end, I had to get caught up in a double whammy. And in all honesty, that does not surprise me. Because whenever there's usually different weather conditions, it results in chaos. And because there is so much traffic on these roads, it's almost impossible to straight up avoid all of them. As a matter of fact, it is impossible to avoid all of them. Whenever it rains or snows, usually that means there is going to be chaos and annihilation. I had to think about what I was... Oh, come on! Really? Does it have to happen in the same fucking spot again? This traffic, man, it's just... It is just brutalizing when you have to try and avoid all of it. But nonetheless, I didn't rack enough times to destroy my run this time, and I came away with the win. Over Bird, Kyle, Arnie, and... Hey, where's the other guy? And AJ.
You must be rolling in paper, man.
Well, my first run was going well until right there at the end. I basically had to completely shit the bed with a double whammy. But nonetheless, I did manage to come away with the win on my second attempt. My win streak has not gone over 3 at this point. At least that's what it's been recently, and I doubt it's going to go any further than that. In terms of me doing a series of races. Maybe that just shows you how fucking bad I am at this game, realistically. But I don't know. Hey, we're right outside the Movers building. Well, I think that pretty much gives me an inclination over where it is I'm going to be heading next. So anyway. Right. 5 optional races have now been done with the Cadillac. And next time, we will be heading over to San Diego to finish this, the San Diego Dub Tournament. And that will be coming up next in Midnight Club 3.